Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the most electrifying podcast in sports entertainment. Welcome to the Under the Ring podcast. It's me, your boy, Kendango. What's going on, folks? And I'm here with your champion.
I ain't the champion. I was.
He was for a day.
I was champion for a day.
A day. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, from Louisville, Kentucky. The man with the beer in his hand. Give it up for Matty Rains.
What's up, good people? Drinking, yeah. It says holiday because it's basically Christmas season. Drinking me a nice holiday ale called Dad Flannel. That sums it up. It's pretty good though. It's one of my favorite beers. What's up, good people? Kenny drinking on a Voodoo Ranger Fruit Force. Yeah, that's too much beer for me tonight. I might drink two of these. I ain't want no tall boy.
Nah, I needed a tall boy after today, man. That's something I needed. But
yeah, I'm ready to talk some wrestling. It's been a long week. It's just now, but it's Thursday. It's Thursday night. It's terrible football is on also. But we're here to distract you from that terrible football to talk some wrestling. So what's up, y'all?
Let's get into some wrestling news. All right, let's get into the major/minor news of the week. You know, before we get into everything else, Vince McMahon, ladies and gentlemen, is selling $700 million worth of his stock back to TKO. Not just to some any old rando. Nah. He's selling it back to them for $700 million. And supposedly TKO is dead serious about your man not being around and not being involved. They're like, okay, yeah, we bought this from you. Kick rocks, homie.
Yep. That's what he's doing exactly what I said was gonna happen. He brought himself in. He did whatever he had to do possible to get back in. Once he got in, he said, I'm selling it. He did that. Everybody was, well, he gonna try and do stuff. He did that one time and he embarrassed himself.
Right. They said, oh no, get your old ass.
He did that one
out of here.
And embarrassed himself. And ever since then, people have been like, every time it's been a bad show, people be like, oh, it's probably Vince. Vince isn't there. I've been telling y'all Vince ain't there. Vince's sole mission for this was to get rich and to get richer. Because they said it a couple weeks ago that they felt like that they said Vince is bad for business. Because now that Vince's sole goal was to merge this company, was to get them bought by someone, he is now an employee. He is now an employee. He has superiors. They're looking at him like, yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks for all that. But yeah, you bad for us. Because all that. Oh, people will buy it because there's people are gonna buy it. I'm glad my job does not handle WWE stock. I'm glad we don't handle UFC stock. We don't handle TKO stock. So
hey, Sammy, baby.
Somebody
JT.
will buy it. Like,
it's going down.
Like, people will buy $700 million worth of stock.
Oh, easily.
And Vince is going to get. So basically, if you think about it in hindsight, Vince has made his goal. He got money from the merger. They're now telling him he needs to go. He already knew that. He's going to sell some of his stock. He's only selling $700 million worth of his stock. He hasn't sold all of it.
Remember, folks, that company's $1 billion.
He's only selling that much of his stock. And now he's just going to retire to be creepy and old. He's just going to be an old rich man. That's why we saw him this past weekend or a couple weekends ago at the UFC match, and it was him and Undertaker hanging out. And that's why, that was last week because I said that's why Undertaker is broke. How broke do you got to be hanging out with Vince McMahon? And he's not your
right. Right. You sitting there, hey, well, go grab a beer, Vince. Like you broke.
Like it's obvious now. Like you can tell. Like in like to go back on that, you can obviously tell the people who didn't save their money are now. A lot of them. Yes, it's a puppy. It's
Yes,
Naya.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the newest member to the podcast. This is my little baby Naya. She just came into the family. And yes, I know my baby needs a haircut. We just got her shot, so we will be getting her haircut. Listen, don't
Oh,
be
you got
playing my baby like that.
Einstein.
Don't
You
be
got
playing my
Einstein.
don't be playing my little girl like that, my little Naya. Right, mamas? Right. Tell them they don't know. We know she need a cut, but that's all right. But listen,
Yeah,
Vince is making money. Vince is listen. At the end of the day, no matter what people try to say about him, Vince is one of the most intelligent businessmen there is. Like the fact that he, like Matt said, he sold his company for damn near almost $1 billion, if not more. Then selling back 700 mil of that. Come on, that's light work. That's light work. He's making money over money from himself. And plus, let's not forget, Trips is still in. Trips is still in. Okay, so that money is still staying in the family. You would if your ass was on the show.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, boo.
Right. Yeah, the person making this comment, yeah, he won a prediction title. All right. Yeah, it's Tito. Okay. And Batty, to answer this question for you, no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she didn't win, but we're gonna check. I'm double checking right now.
Basically, definitely one of us. So going back to TKO looking to make sure Vince isn't around. That's also why, folks, you've seen a major increase in a lot of NXT talent that's been on the main roster that really didn't get any shine because Vince is not around anymore. Hence the DIY reunion. You got a big resurgence of the IC title. No, you ain't gotta threaten him.
Reggie retained by tiebreaker.
The man who's telling you how Reggie retained is the person keeping score.
Yeah, Reggie retained by tiebreaker. Y'all, you went with Ray Betty. He went with Logan. You went with Solo. He went with Cena. And the tiebreaker that y'all basically you lost off of was Priest cashing in. He said Priest wouldn't cash in. You said yeah.
Oh, no. Don't blame Mongo because the last time we tried to keep Mongo out of it, you called him up like a goddamn genie. So you going to get every piece of tiebreaker Mongo gives you. All right? You going to catch every piece of it. Damn it.
That's all right. That is all right because Full Gear is the next pay-per-view. AEW Full Gear.
Which is in like 4 days.
It's on the 18th, I believe. It's on a Sunday. It's on a Sunday in November. The night is, yeah. It's either the 18th or 19th. It's one of those.
Reggie, you won. He is cool. We ain't never say he ain't have shitty ass, what you call it, tiebreakers, but he is cool. You are so hostile today. What is the problem? So early in the show, hostile. Hostility, unnecessary. But like I was saying, you see a resurgence of a lot of NXT talent, such as Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, even Nakamura. Low key, Whether people want to realize this or not, the reason you're seeing Nakamura on television more is because of trips. Just think about it. When Vince was in charge, you barely saw him, or he had him doing some real goofball crap.
Right.
Now Nakamura is a legit contender. Hell, I'll take it even one step further. Whether people want to realize this or not, yo, Damian Priest is getting what he's getting because of the shit that he did in NXT. Okay? You are never lying about that. He isn't watching because I know him. He is sitting down with a container of Haagen-Dazs chocolate chip ice cream, playing his PlayStation. Because yes, my dad does still have a PlayStation that he plays. Happy birthday, Dad. You made me the man that I am. I'm nothing without you, and you know that. I love you from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. And you know, me and you, we since I was little, you always gave me. We always had this little term that we used to say. I'll always be your nigga, even if I don't get no bigger. And it looked like I may not have gotten no bigger because I might be the same height, but but I love you for life, Dad. Happy birthday.
Oh, what up, Mike? What up, Mr. Teacher Man?
What up, fellas?
What's going on there, Mike? Hey, Mike, let me ask you a question. Bow Wow makes some nice do-rags, don't he?
He sure the hell do. Hey, listen,
Right.
shout out to Kroger. Shit.
Shout out to Shad on the good, what you call?
Shout out to Shad Moss.
On the good Deweys.
Oh yeah, and happy birthday to Papa Rivers. Happy birthday, sir. Happy birthday to you.
What you call? We were just talking, Mike. You came in just on the end tail of this conversation about how Vince is making a shit ton of money by selling it, and now he's selling back his stocks, gonna make some more money, and how TKO wants his ass gone away from everything.
I mean, I don't blame Vince for selling. I would too. Like, if you're no longer in control of the company, why not sell? Shit, especially if they're your assets. Might as well make as much money as possible.
I saw a clipping of an interview that Dana White recently had, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, Vince tried to fuck me over plenty of times. Plenty of times, Vince tried to fuck me over. I hated his guts, but ever since this merger, Vince has been like my best friend. He's the greatest guy to go to for advice." I was like, "Yeah." Because at the end of the day, whether people realize this or not, Vince is a goddamn millionaire, billionaire, because he learned how to put a monopoly on something that people thought was mundane and stupid.
Right.
Exactly. And not to mention, before that monopoly, wrestling was territorial. Like, you had all the territories from the East Coast all the way to the South. And what he was able to do was take over all of it.
We begin to rock steady. Yeah. Listen, I don't think that has happened since Mick Foley put his sock in Linda's mouth.
Basically, since I would say that probably hasn't happened since Mr. McMahon became a character in the 90s. Because ever since then, and it's probably been since the 90s, because honestly, even back then he was probably in his 50s, and Linda already wasn't like Linda has looked like Linda forever as far as I'm concerned. Like, I'm surprised they have Shane and Stephanie, because she's always looked like
right. Even the old pictures that they show her, at least Vince looked young.
Same.
Right, she looked like a third grade teacher.
Right. And like with all these like we've always known low key, like Vince got to be cheating on her, and then all this stuff came out. Oh, what a shocker! Vince is cheating on her. She knows Vince is cheating on her. She don't care that Vince is cheating on her because she's married to him and she's rich. That's why she was doing all that shit with Trump. They're just there. She don't care about him. They don't care.
Not one bit. Not one
bit.
They
like that Stephanie and Triple H. Stephanie and Triple H love each other.
Right.
Right.
They actually want to be around each other.
Exactly.
Linda also is like the type of woman that'll show up at your job and shoot you. So that's not right. What you call it? But speaking of the TKO merger also, if as we discussed before, has a lot of things changing as far as programming.
My baby.
We now know that NXT will no longer be on USA as of 2024. It will be on CW.
Yep. And
the C-Dub. We
did it. Me and HBK did this. We put in this work. Because somebody said it on Twitter, and I had to retweet it and agree with them. A lot of folks, as soon as the black and gold went off, what did a lot of folks say? They said, fuck this shit. I ain't watching it. I ain't giving it a chance. It's neon? Nope. Braun Breaker? Nope. I don't know what this garbage is. I ain't watching it. Who in charge now? HBK? Oh, nah, I ain't trusting that cross-eyed dude. Nope. And I was just sitting up here watching it like, I'm going to watch it just because HBK in charge. I'm going to give it a chance because low-key, someone retweeted, said this, and I retweeted as well. Black and gold ran its course. It was nothing else they could do with black and gold. Everything became like everything about NXT Black and Gold we had gotten used to. We knew as soon as someone lost, they were going to get a rematch
and a call-up.
Somebody going to show up at TakeOver. It ain't going to be and if it's NXT Black and Gold, somebody going to show up at TakeOver. But it ain't just going to be somebody that's a wrestler. It ain't just going to be any old wrestler. It's got to be the biggest indie darling known to man. And they're going to get hot-shotted in a matter of a month or so into a feud. And then before you know it, they're the NXT champion. And it's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And then it got to the point y'all can't do it anymore.
Except for when Finn was champ. They were like, oh, no. He going to stay champ for a while. We going to get all y'all new people in, but he going to stay champ.
Then the pandemic happened and Finn was like, hey, I don't even want to go back on main roster. Have the Fiend kill me, and I'm just going to magically reappear in NXT because that's how much I don't want to be back on main roster. So,
and you know what? When they came back, they said, hey, we missed you. Here's the belt.
Right. So with all of that happened, with everything that happened with Black and Gold, in 2.0, forget about the neon because I don't even think they care about the neon anymore. The belt just happens to shine neon at this point, just to show off their youth. That neon was to show off youthfulness. That's what I feel.
Hold on, Matt. You gotta admit, since they kind of killed off 2.0, the show has not been as bright and distracting. They even turned down the lights. Come on.
Yeah, they Triple H, not Triple H, HBK. Well, I would say Triple H and HBK, whoever was in charge. The way they went about it was like the execution was poor. It was a poor execution because they just literally just said, yoink, it's gone. Here's the new stuff. Like it. No, I don't blame a lot of people for saying. I don't blame a lot of folks for not giving it a chance. But slowly but surely, like it's been my favorite night of television to watch. But them going to the CW is going to be bigger than them ever being on USA because not only are they're going to be in more households. USA is on cable. Not everybody got cable. Everybody trying to get rid of cords. You don't need a cable. You don't need cable to watch the CW. CW is free.
Mm-hmm.
So
and for those of you in the NYC area who don't know what channel CW is, channel 11. Channel 11.
So like you gonna get
WPIX. Channel 11.
because they're moving to the CW in October, November 2024. They've more than doubled what they were getting for NXT. Just NXT alone on USA. They've doubled the money. This is literally like this is just the third brand. So this is them showing that this is NXT is more than just the developmental brand. It's now officially the third brand. It's the third brand.
Right.
And it fits on the CW because the CW is literally basically like teenage shows. And it seems like the CW is stepping away from, I said it in the chat, for the longest, I always considered the CW the superhero channel. DC, because they had Arrow, they had all the DC comic people. So I was like, oh, now they're getting they're stepping away from that, and they're saying we want sports. They got ACC sports on CW. They have Inside the NFL on the CW. They're getting ready to have NASCAR Xfinity Series. That's the second tier. They're about to have like the CW is trying to become a real channel. They said screw that. they said we're more than just All American.
Right.
Listen, I was about to say because for the longest, the CW channel was nothing. I wouldn't even look at the CW channel because all I think of is Dawson's Creek, Felicity,
the game.
The game.
Yeah, you're naming all of the UPN WB shows that became because the UPN and WB are what became the CW.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You pick a nigga and We Brothers became Colored Whites.
Wasn't 2.0 upper management, Vince and the old fogies? Yes, it was technically. What really happened, the whole reason for 2.0, NXT got dealt a bad hand on some bullshit because NXT Black and Gold got outperformed when AEW showed up. That's because Dynamite was new. Because a new show, a new wrestling company popped up, of course people are going to be migrating over to see it.
Well, they want to know what's going on.
All right, they're going to want to see it. Well, NXT lost. So Vince, being Vince, oh, fuck that. Nope. Cut it. They got to redo it. We got to redo it because he couldn't understand. He couldn't accept the fact they lost to AEW. So that they pulled the plug on Black and Gold. That's why people just randomly, a lot of the stuff, if you watch the tail end of Black and Gold, nothing makes sense.
Nothing.
Nothing makes sense. Stuff abruptly.
Everything was an all-out brawl for everything at the end of Black and Gold. You had fucking LA Knight talking about he's Black and Gold.
You had forced feud.
You just got here last week.
We had the forced feud of Mello. Even though that was a great pairing of the young kids, we didn't need it. We did not need a pairing of Tony D'Angelo, Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, and Grayson Waller versus DIY, LA Knight, and whoever the other old head was. There was no reason for that. They only had that just because of the simple fact of NXT Black and Gold and they were NXT 2.0, aka NXT Neon. It was an unnecessary feud just because they lost a ratings war over a new company. Now, like in hindsight, now I'm starting to see people say, hey, I love watching NXT. NXT is probably one of the best shows. NXT is hitting its stride. Yeah, because they finally, after all the bullshit of dealing with Vince and everything, it's become, just like I said, a third brand. I don't even consider it developmental because the way they've been able to integrate people from the main roster, like Baron Corbin coming down, and Alpha Academy, the way they have people seamlessly come in now, it's just a regular universe. It's just a regular wrestling company. It's almost as if you're watching a video game. It's just like, here they are.
It went back to what it was originally intended to be. You had your veterans come down there, either mentor the rookies or wrestle against them, feud against them, build them up. Like as much and listen, we're all marks for black and gold. Like black and gold for what the 5, 6, 7 years that it ran, some of the greatest wrestling I ever watched.
Right.
But it did veer away from its original intentions. And I was, to Matt's point, I was one of those many people who was like, man, fuck this. I don't want to watch this. Like, I do not want to watch this shit. Like, I miss Black and Gold and so on and so forth. But you got to give kudos to Shawn Michaels for what he's done with that brand. Like, that brand, especially over the past year, has been fun to watch.
Yeah.
Now, do I watch it every Tuesday? I don't. But when I do watch it, it's like, oh, shit. Like, this is really good TV. Really good TV. And the fact that they're on the CW next year, to you guys' point, you get more viewers, you know, and it gives them a permanent home. So you ain't got to worry about being under the shadow of, well, shit, Raw or SmackDown, depending on where Raw goes next year.
Right.
Raw could be on Amazon for all we know.
That's what someone
SmackDown could be on USA.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
As much as we're talking about NXT being on the CW, it turns out Tony Khan turned down a chance to be on that same station, probably in that slot that NXT is going in. It appears Tony Khan once again declined any type of negotiations to have ROH placed on CW channel. Why? Because he feels that library is worth so much more than what people are offering. Listen, Tony, this is no disrespect to the company ROH, because a lot of great superstars have come out of that company. It went through a stage and a run where people thought it was dead, then it came back. Hell, I even became a fan of it when it came back. But at the end of the day, Tony, I hate to tell you this, ROH is the upper echelon, the top tier. If you want to break down professional wrestling, everyone will always tell you the main location that you want to go to professional wrestling is WWE. That's where you're going to get seen the most. That's where you're going to make the most money, blah, blah, blah. WWE is the quote unquote, the pinnacle of the top of professional wrestling. ROH is the pinnacle and the top of the indies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of them.
All right. It's like, let's be real. And Tony, don't get me wrong. Like I said, that library has a lot of great matches with a lot of future Hall of Famers in the beginning of their career. But it's not enough for you to be requesting and turning down some of the offers that you're getting. You turned down an offer to get this show on television. You already blew it by giving CM Punk his show on Saturday, which y'all had to fire him for, which was supposed to be ROH spot. Now you had a whole nother station offering to put ROH on, and you turned it down. That's not a good look. That's not a good look. Oh, yes. Brooks Jensen comes out with Journey playing. You can't beat that.
Oh, yeah.
Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Oh, and Mongo, just to let you know, Batty was talking a whole bunch of crap about you. Scroll up through the comments. You can see it.
Okay, so they approached a high-level CW executive, approached Tony Khan about bringing ROH to the CW all the way back in June 2022. And
oh my gosh!
This was just a few months after he had just bought it, so I don't blame him for saying no because he's like, I just bought this. Like, hold on, let me figure out what I even got. Like, you the first person trying to come to me. Let me see what anybody else. You don't want to take the first deal.
Now you got no deal.
He ultimately declined to pursue further talks with the CW, citing a desire to wait on shopping ROH TV until AEW begins renegotiating its own broadcast deal. AEW is currently under Warner Brothers Discovery under them until fall 2024. So now, okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb, but I guess he's just like, hey, when you already rich, you can do stupid stuff.
Here's the thing, though. Like, you can't push the new ROH that's out right now. You can't push that. When you're signing your new deal, you can't be like, oh yeah, don't forget, we got ROH and we got, because you know why? It's not available for everyone to watch.
The product they've been putting, the product right now for ROH, overall, he should have never even bought it. When that was one of his many big announcements. That was the big announcement that I never wanted to hear him make. Because honestly, you have enough on your plate with one company. Why do you need two? Like,
my thing is this.
There was never a point that he should be controlling both of those. I understand sentimental reasons. Oh, the Bucks came up in ROH. That was really the last hot period for ROH when the Bucks and Adam Cole, Adam Page, Cody, all them, the Elite, everybody was in ROH.
Reggie, absolutely not. Because you know why? NWA and TNA have actually made themselves appear on a regular station before. You can't say that about ROH.
They tried to be at one point put Reggie's back up there for history. What was it? ROH, TNA, and NWA. I would say, like, right now, is he saying right now? No, not right now.
Nah.
At one point, it was Ring of Honor.
No.
It was Ring of Honor, TNA, NWA. And at one point, NWA and TNA were the same thing because that was the partnership. The NWA title was represented in TNA. But right now, the big three would be WWE, AEW, Impact, TNA. We'll just call them TNA because they're TNA. Fuck it. TNA. And then NWA is dead last. And ROH is just ROH. They are the equivalent of NXT. They're AEW's NXT.
No, I don't even say that. I can't even give them that, man. I really can't. I can't give them.
That's what they look. That's why Eddie Kingston is a champion. No, I'm sorry. Like, Eddie Kingston is a great wrestler and all that, but there's no reason he should be a world champion in any company right now.
Here's the thing, though. I can't. But here's the thing. I can't even say they're the NXT or whatever because, like I said, even NXT was somewhere that you could readily see.
They're basically the NXT of this. Just like when you could only watch NXT on the network, you could only watch ROH on Honor Club. They're just a crappier version of NXT.
I can't.
This is the bigger issue with TK purchasing ROH. Who is his Shawn Michaels?
Himself.
He don't have it, and that's the problem. He don't. At least with WWE, you got Trips running the main roster. You got Shawn Michaels.
New Japan is.
New Japan is. I'm gonna be honest with you. With New Japan is its own category.
They were with TNA.
I don't even. You know what? I'll give you that mainly because I can at least watch New Japan every week now. It may be a rerun, but at least, damn it, I can watch it on a station, on a regular goddamn station every week. At
And
one point,
especially-
at one point, even though we love the wrestlers and the wrestling that came out of New Japan, if we're going on this list and the way that we're going, in my opinion, because they are not accessible, I would have New Japan towards the bottom, just for accessibility. If I can't see you, I don't know if your company is any good. And that's how I feel. And like with ROH right now, to me, no one is, at least with WWE, with them, with NXT being on just a network, there was other programming on there. They were pushing the network itself in general. They were like, okay, yes, NXT is on here, but guess what? So are our pay-per-views, our main roster pay-per-views. So you're not just buying this for NXT. You're buying this for WWE as a brand and a company. You're getting all our pay-per-views. You're getting all of our old matches. You're getting this brand new show at NXT. You're getting original content. So it was different. It was like being on a regular cable station that played just wrestling all day long.
Yeah, it was like having Netflix, having Max.
That's how that's how they promote. That's literally how they promote Honor Club, except nobody wants to watch. Like I don't want to watch old ROH stuff. There's even if it was ROH from years ago, saying buy Honor Club. I don't want to buy Honor Club. I still don't want
why? Do you know why? Because at the end of the day, ROH is the Indies. No one wants to see Samoa Joe with a Caesar haircut, weighing 180 pounds. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see fucking Tyler Black or whatever the fuck Seth's name was.
Yeah,
nobody wants to see that, bro. Nobody wants to see CM Punk with the soul patch fucking beard. No one wants to see that.
Like their big selling point for Honor Club, besides like it's WWE Network, but it's just a bunch of ROH stuff. It's a bunch of indie matches. Yes, I do. I love Bryan Danielson. I like CM Punk. I like those people. Do I want to watch their matches from before they were their WWE selves? Yeah. Can I go on YouTube and do that? Yes.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, you don't need Honor Club. You can go run to YouTube. There's no need to go to Honor Club.
And the bad part, and then I can see, in Tony's defense, I can see why he said no. Because you just bought the company. At that point, he didn't even know when they were going to be relaunching. He told us that in what, May, April? They came to him in June. I don't think ROH even got announced about being brought back until like December. So it depends on how long. Where are they saying when you want to have a show by?
Yo, but listen, as a businessman, I'm listening to that offer though. Even if I don't know fully of what I have in my library, I know that I plan to put on a future show. I know that for a fact, and I know that I have a current roster that I can do something with right now. Yo, let me put this current roster on the television right now and get them on TV right now. So that way, when I look through this back library, I can be like, oh, boom, here we go. I would get them on television.
And that depends on which roster he had, because I know a lot of them people after ROH went out, that was it. Like they were gone.
And to my point, not only could you have done that, that's when you would have taken the opportunity to figure out who can I choose to run this show.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously I'm dealing with Dynamite, dealing with Rampage. You didn't have Collision yet, but you still had a lot going on with Dynamite and Rampage in his own, right? Who can I choose? Who can I appoint as my Shawn Michaels for this show?
It's the Bucks.
That's another problem. You have too many. I'm gonna be. That's one of the biggest problems that I see with AEW. There's too many people who are too vested in it, trying to run things and trying to write things. Like Tony Khan. Yes, you are the owner. Yes, Vince McMahon was the owner. I can't say anything about you wanting to book matches or write because guess what? We went through decades with Vince McMahon booking matches and writing. I can't say anything about that. What I can say is your delivery of it.
Mm-hmm.
Your delivery of it isn't as smooth. Yes, you are new. Yes, this does take time to perfect. The first thing you need to perfect is a PR person. You don't need to respond to everything on Twitter. Hell, we still don't know to this day if Vince McMahon owns social media, a social media account. Okay?
Hell no, he don't. He don't be on no social media. He just somebody controlled that Twitter account for him. That day when he announced his retirement, he ain't on no Twitter.
Right.
He don't know what no Twitter is. He just like Bill Belichick, the tweet face.
Like, hey. You can't have your top wrestlers also being your creative team.
Well, the bad part about it is, like, I believe with ROH, the people that started out in AEW that we already knew were old are kind of the people that are helping, basically doing all the stuff in Ring of Honor. So you get people like Christopher Daniels, or you get the folks that you just don't see on AEW television. Like if you go through the roster, you see a bunch of old people. You're like, why is Jerry Lynn? People like that. Jerry Lynn, Taz, whoever I just said before that. It's a bunch of old people, a bunch of old heads that are helping them. And then you have folks like the Bucks and whoever else that we already know are helping out with creative. But overall, it's just terrible.
The Bucks shouldn't be helping out with creative.
They've always been helping out with creative since this company has started. That's why they're executives.
That's a problem. That's a problem. They should not be helping out with creative. Kenny Omega should not be helping out with creative. Chris Jericho should not be helping out with creative. If you are an active person on that roster who gets in that ring, you should not be helping with creative. Yes, you should be able to throw ideas to creative, but you shouldn't be creative.
I mean, everybody in wrestling is going to have some sort of creative in it. Just like you said, we're throwing ideas. Like with Jericho, the running joke is if Jericho takes a liking to you, then you already know you're fucked. You're stuck in the Jericho universe. That's why his feuds go on forever and ever and ever and ever, because you're just screwed. That's why Sammy is still with him. That's why Daniel Garcia was doing all them random feuds with him. Everybody that you see with Jericho, you always like, you look at them and you think about it. Damn, they're still with Jericho. Yep. Like for every person like Jericho is the extreme. No, like the Bucks can do some stuff. They mostly do tag stuff. They do stuff like, all right, let's put this match together, because they only gonna do the stuff that they know how to do, tag stuff. Kenny Omega's probably helping out with people with singles matches, one-on-ones. I don't know why he doing women's matches. They need the women's division needs all the help. They need to just sign anybody, any woman.
Can I ask you a question? Look at the 4 people who you just named. Omega.
They're all EVPs.
Jericho.
Well, besides Jericho. Jericho is just...
Jericho, you might as well call his ass an EVP with the shit and the control that he does have. Like you might as well.
That was his whole. That's the whole point why he went there, because he couldn't do that shit with Vince. Vince wanted him to stay on the list. He found a mark with money to let him do whatever he wants to do. That's why we get to hear Judas all the damn time, even though that song sucks now.
Here's the thing. Here's my thing. But look at the four people you just mentioned: Bucks, Omega, and Jericho are now currently in a tag team feud against each other that is more important than the actual goddamn tag team champions. Why? Because they are creative.
Because you got 3 people, you got 3 executive vice presidents, you basically have 4 executive vice presidents, all deciding that at least they're all fighting each other. But the bad part about it is it's being presented as if this is the most important feud known to man, when it's not.
It's the most important feud. It's the most important feud in the tag division right now.
It reminds you of WCW.
It's classic WCW. That's why I've called AEW since they started up. They're a tribute to WCW. They are WCW every sense of the word. Yep. Except they got money. And they can keep fucking up as much as they want to. That's the only bad part about it. Because instead of millionaire Ted, they just got a billionaire. They got NFL money. They can just keep wasting money.
Fuck NFL money. Fuck NFL money. They got European Soccer League money. That's different. That's different.
That's why it's like they can do all of these fuck ups. And
you and me both, Reggie. You and me both, Reggie. And the bullshit is, I watched AEW. I watched Dynamite this week, and I still don't remember. I watched Dynamite this week. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Big Bill and Ricky Stocks. Big Bill and Ricky Stocks.
And I only remember that
two names of 2 young athletes that we should be talking about right now, but we're not.
But
because why?
They're too busy signing people like Ric Flair. That's why.
Exactly. Some people like Ric Flair putting their EVPs in the most important feud in the division. Like, unbelievable. Yeah. I forgot to throw that one up. To stay loyal to Warner Brothers.
Like the CW has been out here trying to find content. NWA, because Batty brought it up. NWA was about to have it, National Wrestling Alliance, not the other NWA with Ice Cube. Not those NWA. Not them.
Niggas!
Right. Not them. National Wrestling Alliance was going to be on CW. And that made more sense than NXT, because I'm like, okay, something a little different, NWA, bring back that classic feeling, put it on Saturday night. It was going to be an NWA Power. Yeah, NWA decided to have a pay-per-view, and on pay-per-view, they decided to reenact someone doing cocaine. They
didn't reenact that shit
live on pay-per-view.
They was doing that shit. They had Father James Mitchell up there cutting it up with the card, slicing and dicing, getting it ready. They had some hoochies up there with the straws and
then there's supposed to be a shop that the CW was deciding to start renegotiating. They wanted to start trying to look at other people for a partnership.
Yeah.
Y'all decided to do that. So they fumbled the bag.
And
Tony held the bag.
And then they had, not to mention, wasn't Tyrus still their champion?
No, he's not the champion. No. EC3 is their champion now.
I'm saying when did the CW try to get them? Was this like recent?
Yeah, Tyrus was still the champ. No, yeah. They began talks when Tyrus was a champ, and they still wanted them, even when Tyrus was the champ.
Oh my God.
EC3 became champ, and they were even more on board. What took him off was that Booger Sugar ride.
They did that fake or not, fake or real. It shouldn't have been done, and that cost them a deal. So,
And then on top of that, I forgot who was the announcer. He was like, "Is that cocaine?"
he was like, "Whoa!" They're partying up there. He was like, "What was that?" He was like, "Oh man, they tried to act like they didn't know what it was." It's like, bro, are they fake or not? Don't do that. Like, you don't do that. Like, no.
Oh,
like in 2023, you don't do that.
Kids watch you. Duh.
Like that's the whole reason why we romanticize the Attitude Era and stuff like Brian Pillman pulling that gun out. That ain't gonna happen now.
Hell boy.
That ain't happening.
Again, and his son needs to put the microphone down.
Oh my God. Talking about got over like a fart in church. He ass. He is terrible. He ruined that whole segment. I know we're gonna we fast forwarding, but we're gonna bring that up. NXT this past week, the big story for NXT has been, did Melo attack Trick? Did Melo attack Trick? We're gonna have this whole discussion. These dudes had this whole face-to-face discussion, like two men out there in front of everybody. The audience, we just happen to be there. We just all there. And right when it starts getting good and juicy, here come this random mofo, Lexus ass King, to interrupt all the tension and got over, like I said, like a fart in church, because he ruined the whole moment. Ruined it all. It's like
this is gonna be a new week. It's gonna be a new weekly segment, folks. I don't know if you realize this, but I truly enjoyed that saying just now. So we're gonna have a weekly segment. Got over like a fart in church with Maddie Rain.
Over. Because everybody, even the people on Twitter, was like, why did this dude just show up? And everybody, if you watch, they put the segment on YouTube. And they literally put full segment for that NXT. And you can rewatch it back. When Lexus King comes out there, you'll be looking like, why is this dude out here? He came out there because he's been saying it for weeks. He's supposedly the one that attacked Trick. I hope not, because if he is, that is the equivalent of when John Cena got stabbed in the club by Jesus. People forget it was Jesus. It wasn't Carlito. It was Jesus. Carlito put the hit out on John Cena. John Cena got stabbed by a dude named Jesus, a.k.a. Jesus. Now, all this, we about to have Melo versus Trick fighting, and the whole time this dude got attacked by a dude named Lexus, by a hillbilly named Lexus.
Yo, first of all, like,
and people are trying to say, "Oh, give him a chance. He just has to grow. He has to
grow." No.
Why is he out there in between them? If he needs to be getting better, he needs to be getting better on Level Up or in some other feud, not in the main event segment of NXT.
Here's the thing. I don't want to hear that shit from anybody about, give him time or whatever the case may be, because guess what? AEW didn't have a developmental. They put your ass on television every goddamn week. And the varsities, what were they named? The Varsity Blondes were on television every goddamn week.
And
so he had his time in front of the camera to learn his spots, to learn where to stand, to make sure that he's good on the mic. He had his time. So, no excuse.
And I was like, oh, he's green, and some folks was like, yeah, he's got a long way to go. Yeah, it's really prevalent that he has a long way to go because he looked green as hell. He looked in over his head between Trick and Melo. So that part, like he sucked, and then on top of that, he's all, I don't want y'all to remember, my daddy never did nothing for me. I hate my daddy, even though you look just like your daddy. Like, okay, no one knows what your character is. I just don't like.
This son of a bitch scored on my bench.
He need to be involved in this feud. If he is the one that attacked Melo, if he's the one that attacked Trick, I guess. But like he's hungry. Like Trick ended up hitting Melo this week, all because of that fool. And now Melo's probably because what's going to end up happening? He gonna make Melo go to that dark place, and we about to have heel Melo again.
We saw it in the look on the You saw it in Melo's eyes when he hugged him at the end of the damn thing.
And we about to be sitting up here with heel Melo for no reason, all because of a dude named Lexus, who got over like a fart in church.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is your new segment of UTR. We're getting over like a fart in church with Maddie Rains. Oh my!
It's booty butt cheeks and not the good kind.
Damn sure it wasn't. Damn. My thing is like,
and this is the problem with, and that's the problem with having someone like him signed, because you're trying to take advantage of the fact that, oh, this is Brian Pillman's son. So you're trying to put him in a main event spot where he's clearly not ready. No, that dude needs to be killing jobbers. And continuing to build his story.
Mm-hmm.
That's what needs to be happening with Mr. Lexus King. Instead of putting him, like y'all said,
Batty, me and Mike been on his NWO team for the past 7 years. If he ain't slide us no extra goddamn points, you damn sure ain't getting no damn points. We speak to his black ass every day. Not just once a week. We literally talk every day, folks. And if he can't
points,
and if he ain't giving none of us no goddamn, I ain't won since when?
You ain't won whatever when we had Christmas in July, whatever that was.
Right. My whole thing too with Brian Pillman Jr. is how much peroxide did they use to bleach this motherfucker's hair?
Enough to make him think he need to be out there with Trick and Melo.
This motherfucker is out here looking like Big Bird bleached. like bruh, like
he looking straight like his dad. Like, okay, we see like you must have did that yourself.
like
you blew all your AEW money. You ain't got no money. Dang, you broke.
And is it me or did he get fat since he left AEW?
That's all he's been doing is eating.
I was like, this don't look like the same Varsity Blonde I saw. This man is fat.
He put on weight and he got fat.
I can't believe they actually like this ain't like Adam Cole showing up to TakeOver attacking Drew McIntyre.
Yes, he should be fighting John Redcorn. You read my mind. I didn't want to say his name, but yes, he should be fighting John Redcorn. DJ Whispering Bear.
Yeah.
Who? Well,
the dude I call John Redcorn.
You said John Redcorn. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
He should be fighting motherfuckers like Dante Chen.
Exactly.
That I didn't know was still in the motherfucking company until like last week.
He need to be fighting Joe Gacy, Dante Chen, John Redcorn,
Scripps,
Reggie, OTM. Even though OTM and the Brawling Brutes, that's a feud. That's a nice feud. I don't care. But more power to them. Let's see what Triple H can. I mean, not Triple H. Let's see what Sean can make out of that. Because I mean, the Brutes are cool, but OTM is ass.
OTM.
Oh, that's the motherfuckers that couldn't ride a bike that had to walk it.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Yeah.
With the brutes.
Blanco. What's his name? Blanco Whiteo. What the fuck is it?
Bronco, Nima, Bronco something.
Nemo Bronco. Bronco, Nemo and Bronco. Man, shitty boys that we don't know what. Yeah.
They are ass, and they're feuding with the brutes. So like, okay, they want the brutes to help them learn how to wrestle, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no.
Nah, they need to do more than learn how to wrestle. They just need to just quit.
They need to free my boy Pete Dunne. If they got him down there with them fuckers.
Nah, what they need to do.
Birthday too. So your dad's birthday today, and also Pete Dunne's birthday. Two
crazy motherfuckers. Got it. Nah. Big Kenny's a heavyweight. That motherfucker is 6. He's 6'3", 275. That's a big dude.
Yeah, that's why he chilling with his Haagen-Dazs now.
Right. That's a big dude. That's a big dude right there. Like, I'm the midget of the crew.
Oh yeah, turning point. Oh goodness, this booty.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go over.
this bullshit ass pay-per-view. Fuck this pay-per-view.
It don't make a difference, nigga. You lost both pay-per-views, so you wasn't coming out champ either way.
You know what? Hey, you know what? I'm glad I didn't say that turning point because of the fuckery that took place the following day.
Oh shit! Oh.
Goodness!
God damn it!
Oh damn! Come on now, we can't do that. Big E has forgiven that man.
Right.
Big E has forgiven him, but I don't think everybody else has. Unfortunately,
Big E sitting there like, but it's my neck. We don't care.
He don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. In the words of Shaq, I don't give a shit.
Fuck Kobe. Nah,
but Shaq, we're on live TV. I don't give a shit.
Yo, listen, Shaq and Kobe having beef might have been one of the greatest things on earth.
Shaq and Kobe was Peter and the Chicken. That was Shaq and Kobe.
That was the greatest work beef of all time. That is the greatest what if of all time, because as a Lakers fan, I definitely always what if they never broke up.
Right.
Because it would not just be 3 rings. It would probably be like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Then Shaq got to go to Miami. Shaq instead of them fighting, Shaq could have got old gracefully. And Kobe could have ascended and they could have kept winning. But nope. They had to be assholes to each other. And Shaq went to Miami. And then eventually I had to hear the words, Kobe, tell me how my ass tastes. And I never forget that. Like, I love Shaq. Kobe, my dude. Kobe forever. But damn, why I gotta hear Kobe tell me how my ass tastes? Like, damn.
Because Shaq's an asshole.
Right. Like, I'll never forget that. I was already mad the Lakers lost to the Celtics. And then here come this dude. Hey, Kobe, tell me how my ass tastes. Like, all right, Shaq, you suck.
Listen, that shit, bro.
Ever going to be mad at Chris Brown for that?
Forever. The only thing I want to say in that is, what the fuck made him so mad to do that while driving? Do you know how mad you gotta be to be like, yo, fuck this shit. I don't care if we both crash. Nah, bro. Like, what did she say to you, man? Like, nigga, you can't. Like, nigga, you can't dance. Like, nigga, you can't dance. Imagine if she said that shit.
We did mention cocaine earlier.
Yo, bruh. To be on some, yo, fuck this, I'll kill us both. Like, nah. Nah, bro. Nah.
This is C
Nah.
Breezy we talking about. The C stands for Coke.
Chris, you got to do better than that. You got to do better than that, baby.
I like Chris Brown. I didn't even fuck with Chris Brown until after all that shit.
Let's get into this.
I'll tell you right now, because I am a Chris Brown fan. People meet me, they be like, "Oh, you like Chris Brown?" I didn't like Chris Brown when he first came out. I didn't like Chris Brown the self-titled album. I've never listened to it. Never will. Don't care. Don't care. I listened to Chris Brown from Exclusive when everybody was loving him, and then when everybody canceled him, yeah, I was sitting up there for Graffiti. Graffiti is a good album, but nobody listened to it because y'all were still mad at him. But now he comes out with the same music. That is the running joke of Chris Brown now, and I can agree. All of his music is exactly the same. It's the same little xylophone, all the little all that same shit. Just another little he can do his little two-step too and all that. All that he can do that. But hey, that's what happens when you like crack. Because I'm convinced he's a cokehead.
Oh yeah,
he's a cokehead. He makes music. That's all his music sounds the same. It sounds hot to him because he's a cokehead. But
let's get into Turning Point. All right. Of course, Turning Point was not held here in the States. Turning Point was held overseas across the pond.
I lost my shit over the fucking pond with that bullshit.
Yep, you sure did there. First
pussy ass person.
First matchup was on the card. We didn't even predict this one. Leon Slater defeated Mark Hackins. Yeah.
Is that the youngin they just signed, Leon Slater?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Leon is the one that does the 850 splash. It's not even I don't know. It's like a Swanton 450 splash.
Oh god.
Something. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. A Swanton 450 splash. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't see how he hasn't landed on his neck yet, but thankfully he hasn't.
Right.
All right. First matchup, we had Josh Alexander and Eric Young versus Subculture. And of course, Josh Alexander and Eric Young EY won.
Right.
Next matchup that Reggie, I made fun of you, Reggie. Because I said 12 motherfucking minutes for a Giselle Shaw matchup? Reggie, this motherfucking matchup with...
That was Tito.
Whoever said this. It was Tito.
The champion's not here.
Yeah, that was Tito.
The champion, 12 minutes for that.
And this was the tiebreaker for me and Mike.
Bullshit.
And then here's the bullshit. This motherfucking match damn near went 12 minutes. This shit really went almost double digits. It was like 9 and some change, almost 10 minutes, right?
Fucking bullshit.
And of course, Giselle Shaw won, but unbelievable.
824, Kobe.
I want to say something, but I'm not because but it has something to do with my ass and what you've done with it.
Brother Numsy, from the bottom of my heart, kiss my ass.
I'm not going to say Kobe's numbers, but yeah, kiss my ass.
Next matchup, what was supposed to be a triple threat, then turned into a one-on-one matchup due to a injury from someone else that's going to be in a tag team matchup later on. Rich Swann versus Trey Miguel. And don't you know McRib won?
Yeah. I made a joke like, oh, well, I ain't picking Swann because we know he ain't winning. Yep.
McRib McRib fucking won. Unbelievable. Next matchup, Jordan Grace versus Danny Luna. Anybody that didn't pick Jordan Grace to win this, you just need to stop watching wrestling. Like, this was a given. Like, Mongo tried to be like, oh, you know, it's this girl's hometown. Nah, it's Jordan Grace, bro. Like, it's
Mongo
not
did enough damage by giving the okay to predict his fucking show.
Yeah. Next matchup. Next matchup was I Believe in Joe Hendry versus Simon Miller. And guess what? Kenny was wrong. Simon Miller did not win. Joe Hendry won.
I'm gonna pay that bald fucker. The only time he wins is when he's on what culture?
Listen, I figured they was gonna give at least one person the home crowd win because they already had some culture get their ass whipped. Everybody that was from there got their ass whooped. Yep. TNA said this is America. We bring America over here. We ain't taking that.
This is TNA. We whooped the ass.
Right.
Where's the Cleo McDowell? This is America, Jack.
Right.
They whooped their ass with the golden arcs.
Next matchup, tag team matchup. Now, this matchup is the reason why the Rich Swann Trey Miguel matchup went from being a triple threat to a one-on-one matchup. The matchup was originally supposed to have Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin versus Moose and Brian Myers. However, Alex Shelley got a boo-boo that could not be fixed in time for this match. So, Frankie Kaz went from the triple threat to the tag team. Frankie Kaz and Chris Sabin against Moose and Brian Myers.
And if you pick Motor City Machine Guns, you got that wrong.
Wrong.
Me, Mike, and Betty all went Moose and Myers.
I didn't even know who the hell I picked, yo. I just realized, I was like, you know what? I ain't winning this shit.
I said, them two fuckers ain't winning. I'm like, this is Impact, TNA.
I just say, they're not winning. They're going to let the heels win this. But I ain't think Alex Shelley was going to get hurt.
Like, bro, like, once he got hurt, I was like, oh, hell. Oh, hell. And then on top of that, I was running around all day, so we couldn't make changes and shit. And then this was the one that was taped last week. Right. So it was like, shit. Next matchup for the Knockouts World Championship, we had Trinity versus Deonna Purrazzo. And Trinity retained. And there was a heel turn. Purrazzo whipped that ass on Dale, bringing her out of retirement. So there was actually a change. So
yeah, but we said involving the Knockouts title, so we said it ended up being no.
Next matchup was Will Ospreay versus Eddie Edwards. Anybody that picked Eddie Edwards to win definitely deserved to lose. I think I did. I think I picked Edwards probably.
No, you went Willie.
Oh, I was smart.
Yeah, we all went Willie.
For that one. I was smart for that one. But yeah.
No, you messed up on Machine Guns, Simon, and you picked Cash for the triple threat.
Who will fucking won more than likely?
You and Tito picked Cash, and me, Mike, Betty, and Reggie all picked Trey. So we all got that wrong.
Right. Ain't nobody think McRib ass was doing any goddamn thing.
You and Betty both picked Simon. That's
why you lost, Betty. Stop picking shit I pick.
If she didn't pick Hendry, if she had just picked Hendry, she would have won. But she lost off of the tiebreaker. She just had to get either. Yeah, she just had picked Henry. She would have won.
See, Batty, you should believe in Joe Hendry.
Batty, stop picking shit that I pick. That's the problem. Don't let me influence you. Be you. Be the best you can be. Don't be me. Okay. Now let's go on to the next pay-per-view, which aired live this past Saturday at like 12:30 in the afternoon. Caught me completely off by surprise. Forgot about the shit. I'm at the vet with Naya getting her shots, and I'm like, oh shit, Crown Jewel is on. Let me watch this while my dog get a shot.
From a fantasy perspective, that show was booty ass cheeks.
Right.
That was like, I was watching Ohio State and I was watching Crown Jewel. I started watching Ohio State, then I'm like, all right, Crown Jewel. Once that shit happened with Priest in the briefcase, I was like, oh yeah, this ain't about to be a good night.
Not at all. Not for NWO at least. God damn it.
Soon as I already knew Seth was gonna lose, and Drew, I was like, let's just see how Drew was about to lose because I started Drew anyway. I was like, let's see what could happen. And once I saw that, I was like, all right. Then Priest came out. Oh, cool. Nope. Wow, fuck this shit.
Well, let's hold on. Let's talk about it now. Let's talk about it. First matchup, of course, was the pre-show. Sami Zayn beat the monkey shit out of JD McDowell. Like, that wasn't even fair, yo. Like, he whipped JD's ass. I was like, oh, come on. And then had him. You know you got your ass beat when Sammy beat you with the blue Thunderball.
Yeah, that was really the shocker of that whole match. He hit the hell of a kick. Then he said, "Oh, blue thunder bomb." I'm like, "Oh, damn! He's shitting on you because he's shitting on you with the blue thunder bomb."
Right, because that never beats nobody.
Right.
Okay, that never beats nobody. Right. So JD, you got your ass super kicked. Now for the start of the show, for the start of the fuckery. Seth freaking Rollins, defeated Drew McIntyre in an 18-minute and 20-second good-ass match. Good-ass match. It was 18 minutes, but it didn't feel like 18 minutes. I'm going to be honest with you. Really good match. Then towards the end, then after Seth wins, of course, we all thinking it's going to be a cash-in. I think I was the only person who said no cash-in.
Yeah, you and Reggie were the only people that said no.
No cash-in. And why was there no cash-in? Because when Priest brought the case down about the cash-in, who stops him? Sammy.
Okay, Sammy.
Sammy pulls him out the ring and steals the goddamn briefcase.
He a punk.
So, no cash-in. No cash-in. Next matchup, probably a favorite for a few of us on this podcast right now, and not because it was a great wrestling match, just because of participants. We had the Fatal 5-way match for the Women's World Championship. We had Rhea Ripley against Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Starks. Of course, Mommy retained. The person who came out looking the best, I think, is Zoe Starks out of that matchup. Right. Because technically she was in a matchup with all former champions one way or another. Even though Shayna has only had the tag team championships on the main roster, she was, I believe, the first 3-time NXT Women's Champion. I think it was the first 2-time or 3-time NXT Women's Champion.
Who are you talking about?
Shayna.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think she is it's like 1 or 2.
Like she's I know she's the first ever repeat women's champion. I know that. I know that much. Um, so the fact that Zoe held her own, Naya's a former champion, Raquel's a former champion, Rhea is the champion. Zoe held her own, and at a couple of points, I was
Yeah, you're
like,
right. She too. Her and Charlotte are tied for the most reigns at 2. She's the oldest person to win it too at 37. So shout out to her for the old folks.
damn it, that ain't old. Damn
That's
it,
old apparently.
that ain't old. Damn it. Fuck. You know what? Fuck professional sports. Y'all make once you hit professional sports, make a 30-year-old seem like he 100.
Hey. All you need is Oscar to go down and win. Oscar 42.
Come on, baby girl. Do it for us 40 and better.
And she
Do it for us 40. Do it for the 40 and better, baby. Go down there and take it. But Rhea survived this match. That's the best way to describe it because these women were beating the hell out of each other.
These chicks, her ass beat.
I know one thing. Whoever introduced the Luthez press to Naya's wrestling repertoire, bravo. Because that should have been a move from day one.
Yeah.
With her being the goddamn monster among the women's division.
It was probably Mongo's boy, his favorite wrestler in the whole wide world, her best friend. Good old.
Gotta get hype.
What's his damn name?
Stay hyped for the Mojo.
Mojo Rawley.
Yo, that's one of the. Honestly, that move should have been incorporated into her moveset since day one. She's a goddamn monster. There's no female on the roster who can literally match up to her stature wise. Why is she not literally just running people over?
She should really be the Braun Strowman of that division.
Really. They should really push her correctly and have her be the Braun of that division.
Like instead of trying to make that Raquel and her
just because you're dating Braun doesn't make you Braun.
Right.
Shayna, I think, is one of the and that's terrible. Beth Phoenix looked like she's about 50. Beth looked 50. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Oh, I don't even be trying to think about Beth Phoenix because I'd be like, Edge went from Lita, whoever he messed with after her, and then he just popped like as far as a wrestling fan, Edge went from Lita to Beth Phoenix. Like what the fuck?
Right. Like, that is the complete opposite.
It's like rated R superstar. All right, cool. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, and what? You married to Beth Phoenix.
You married to Marlboro Lights.
Oh, hey.
Yo, that shit went from you married to Lita. Okay, I see why. She got the little thong hanging out. Okay. You dating Lita. Okay.
And now you the rated PG.
Oh no, then it's like, wait. You married Beth Phoenix. You like muscles? Like, she's stronger than you, right? She's stronger than you, right? You like muscles? How'd you go from Lita to muscles? What's up with that?
Man, you went from having a live sex celebration to you being like the hero of my basically like adult me becoming a man at 17, 18, you and Randy just being the opposite, just being anti-authority and rated RKO, and you over here with Beth Phoenix. Like you with the Glamazon. You with the girl that used to be with Santino.
You like muscles? That's the only thing I kept thinking. I was like, you like muscles. Okay.
I'm like the
if you
rated
say
R
so.
superstar and the Glamazon. I'm like, y'all never even. I'm like, yeah, y'all were on SmackDown, but she would be on in like the
Hold
middle, and
on.
I didn't care, and you would be on the beginning and the end.
Hold on. There's absolutely nothing wrong because there are actually quite a few female bodybuilders that I have seen because I watch bodybuilding competitions. There are quite a few female bodybuilders that are fine as hell. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a strong woman.
Or he got with Stephanie.
Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But when
First
you
of all,
go
we
from
are fans
leader,
of Jordan Grace.
right?
We are
And thank you, Mike.
We all love us some Jordan Grace. Thick Mama Pump.
She scares me now, but she cool.
Listen, I sent these dudes. I sent these dudes an IG video the other day of her doing that. Oh, my back, and I'm like, yo, Jordan got a nice arch game. So yes, strong women mean absolutely nothing. My thing about him liking muscles is how you go from leader being a toothpick to now you dating somebody that's bigger than Shawn Michaels. That's my thing. Like, that's a major difference. Like, you didn't, and like Matt said, as a wrestling fan, all we know is leader than like there was no transition. We didn't see nothing in the middle. We just saw, oh, you went from this to, bro. You know she benching more than you right now. Like,
cause like even and then thinking about it, it's like yeah, because somebody could be like, well, Vicky Guerrero, but we knew that was fake.
right?
We knew Vicky wasn't real. But him and like, hey, for folks that don't know, the whole Edge and Matt Hardy thing was fake.
Real. Fake.
Real. Because that's what actually happened. She did end up cheating on Matt with Edge. Matt did end up getting fired from the company. But Vince said, hey, you know what? I heard about what happened. And
this is good shit. And this is good shit.
This is some good messy ass shit. And I can bring you back if you can
listen
on this shit. And you know what he did? He said, yeah. And who did he sucker in with it? Because I saw all he had to do. This was I'm still kind of I'd only been watching wrestling for like maybe 10 years at that point. So I didn't know it was a work shoot. Matt Hardy comes out of the crowd. I'm gonna beat your ass, Adam. Oh, he said his real name.
Mm-hmm. Listen.
But now it's like, oh man, this was so fake, but it convinced me. So
you want to know how messy WWE is?
He went from Lita to Beth Phoenix. This is like, bruh.
Listen, first off, we should have known that this shit was real life because WWE has always been messy. You know how messy WWE is? WWE is so messy. They had the match made in heaven, the wedding of the decade, Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth during the middle, the height of their fucking divorce. They were in the height of their divorce, going back and forth to court, filling out paperwork. And Vince was like, yeah, y'all motherfuckers gonna get married on television. So we should have known.
No better, like if you to be even more messier. WCW didn't make it no better because
by putting her with Lex Luger.
What they was doing, they knew. See now when I
they put her ass with Lex Luger.
They knew what the fuck they was doing when they had her. They already knew she was dating Lex Luger, and then all of a sudden she gonna get paired with Lex.
Right, like here, throw her in NWO. Matter of fact, put her specifically with Lex.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I remember. I think I read something like back during that time. They said it was kind of awkward for them to be back, like paired together because they had been like divorced and everything for so long. So they're like, "Oh, we want to put you guys back together." And I'm like, why? No, please, no. I don't want to be back with him. And he's like, really? I don't want to be back with her. He's like, I love her and all that, but No. But they knew what the fuck they was doing. He's like, was that SummerSlam 1990? Oh, yeah, the match made in heaven. The match made in heaven.
I'm going to tell you this right now. As somebody who has been divorced, I'll be damned if I play any goddamn role while I'm remarried to my ex-wife. All right? I'll be goddamn hell if I do any damn role. Like, Kenny, we want you to act like you're married to her in the absolute the fuck hell no. Rip my contract up. Sue me, breach contract, nigga. I quit.
And then, like Reggie just brought up, Kevin Sullivan told Chris Benoit and Nancy to keep up appearances in public, and they ended up actually like getting together. Now that is all that happened. He is not the person that killed people. There is big what if. No, he ain't the one that did it.
No,
we know who did it, and it was.
It was Crispin.
It was Chris Benoit and Chris Benoit only.
It was Chris. No, Kevin Sullivan did not break into the house or was hiding in the closet. I saw one thing that said he broke into the house. I saw another that said he was already in the house, hiding in the closet, waiting for Chris. No.
Man, all I'm going to say, I mean, I'm sure, I ain't ever even trying to look it up. I know I watched it that night when it happened. Hey, if you watched that tribute show for Chris Benoit and you saw all their asses on there crying and all that, you better be, hey, I'm just saying now, I'm knock on wood. Don't get Alzheimer's or nothing like that, because that shit ain't never going to be seen again.
Ever.
And that ruined, I'm going to say it, people always say, Matt, that was a dumb storyline. It was going to be one of the greatest storylines ever. And my mom jinxed it. And so did Chris Benoit. And I'm gonna blame Chris Benoit because my mom's gone. And I know where she's at. She's not where Chris Benoit's at.
Hell no.
The week before that, what happened on Raw? Vince said that damn limo blew up.
Vince's ass was dead.
And people asking me, people blowing me up that don't even watch wrestling. Did he die? Did that happen? And my mom, I remember watching it because she is the person that got me started on General Hospital. So I saw that limo blow up. I said, oh.
They pulled a Stefano.
Oh, it's like the real soap operas. And what did my mom say?
He'll be back next week.
Fashion. I'm like, oh, Vince is dead. She's like, I don't like that. You playing with God. That ain't gonna be well. That ain't gonna turn out well. And I'm like, man, whatever. This is cool. Vince is dead. I wonder how they did that.
Next week, Vince asked the first person out on stage, nigga, I thought you blew up. What the shit is this?
I'm supposed to be dead right now. I'm like, yo, Chris Benoit dead. My mom was like, see? Told you. Oh, I know how it was supposed to play out. All right. It was supposed to be Vince was faking his death. They were supposed to have his funeral that next week. If Chris Benoit didn't kill himself, the plan was supposed to be a Night of Champions vengeance. It was going to be Chris Benoit versus CM Punk. Chris Benoit would have been the ECW champion. That's what would have happened. We ended up getting Johnny Nitro as ECW champion. But with Vince faked his death, they were going to basically try to figure out, what happened? Who could have possibly done this? All that was going to end up we were going to find out that it was Mr. Kennedy. That Mr. Kennedy is his son. That's how we ended up getting Hornswoggle. Because remember, at that time period, Hornswoggle ended up becoming the illegitimate son. It was supposed to, all this was supposed to lead to Mr. Kennedy. Why was his name Mr. Kennedy? His name is Mr. Kennedy McMahon. That's how
Kennedy McMahon.
But everything got fucked up because somebody had to have CTE and decided to go on a murder-suicide.
Well, damn, Matt, tell them how you really feel. Sound like brother Matt is upset that this storyline did not go through.
That nigga Chris Benoit said, "Hold my beer."
Right.
Because that dude, he literally like it.
Chris Benoit said, "Oh, you want a fake death? Hold my beer."
Chris Benoit like that storyline got slightly fucked up, but he fucked ECW all the way over because they had no plans on having Johnny Nitro. It was supposed to be Chris Benoit was supposed to be the face of that brand, and him doing all of that made them. They had to change the theme song. The theme song to ECW used to be "Let the bodies hit the floor." Bro,
not no more.
He told them, you can't play that no more. Like he literally messed, and then that he was supposed to be the champion. That's how Kurt Angle ended up going into ECW. Because they're like, well, this guy is gone. Now we need to have somebody else represent the brand.
Hold on, listen. Matt, we gotta finish. We gotta finish Crown Jewel. We gotta finish Crown Jewel. All right. Next matchup, one that broke my motherfucking heart.
Oh, I know who it is because it broke a lot of black women's hearts.
It broke my heart. No, this broke my heart right here.
Oh! I know which match you talking about. Oh, that broke my heart too. That was not that. I ain't like seeing that. That was sad.
This broke my heart
like that. That's like seeing Kobe tear his Achilles.
This broke my heart because for the
ladies and gentlemen, after that whole rant I did, we saw the greatest of all time because that is what they bill him as. We saw John Cena get murdered. Get murdered. He got old Yeller by Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa hit this man with 5 Samoan spikes.
I saw someone put 12. Either way, it was too many.
He got hit with 5 Samoan spikes.
He was already talking raspy the night before. Wait, let me say that. He was already talking raspy the night before on SmackDown. But he ain't had to murder him like that.
Seeing Cena die like that hurt my soul.
And
it hurt my heart.
I'm like, we all went Cena. So during this whole time, I'm like, yeah, Super Cena. Super Cena.
Soup.
Cena.
Soups.
Cena.
Cena!
Damn, he dead.
Cena! Listen, my cheer went from John Cena to John Cena.
That's when the pay-per-view became, yeah, fuck this shit.
John?
Because I was
John?
the points up. I was already looking at the points. I was like, looking at that match. I was like, all right, one Samoan spike. All right, cool. He might Super Cena this shit. 1, 2, 3.
2. Wait.
3, 4, 5. I'm like,
oh my god.
I'm like, what? After like the fourth one, I was like, well, let me just put the -3 by this dude's name because he ain't getting no. I'm gonna put this -3. Now I was like, all right, at least these points are going to Raw. I'm like, Raw over here just beating all the ass, and this all our ass.
Right. Yo, so to finish my sadness, John Cena got murdered. John Cena got put out of wrestling the way Undertaker should have went out years ago.
He got the do be out of his ass.
He really did.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will no longer hear the horns.
He get the do.
His Cena's not even. Cena's horns went from do 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 do.
And then Solo's music come on. Taking it on. We the ones. Yeah, I ain't never gonna.
John Cena had 3 minutes and 27 seconds total of offense.
That's man. It seemed like he only had 27 seconds of offense after all.
And the only reason why he had those 3 minutes is because 2 of those were a rest hold. This match went 16 minutes and 10 seconds. So, for that other 13 minutes, John Cena got his ass beat the fuck up.
That's why I was like that. By the time it was that match, it hadn't even been. It probably was halfway by the time I was saying, "Yeah, fuck this shit," because I already know this dude losing.
Oh my gosh!
I was like, at this point, I was on super fuck this shit because I'm like, all right, Priest ain't won,
Cena ain't won.
Then Sammy pulls that bullshit, and now this dude getting murdered. Oh yeah, this is a bad night for NWO.
Oh, and we know we got Priest coming up with a loss soon too. Oh, this is a bad night. It's a bad night.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm going grocery shopping. Fuck this shit.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Because it's like, all right, no Roman winning. I don't need to watch this.
I ain't gonna hold you. What I took a 15-minute nap. I was like, yo, we losing. This is a dub. It's a dub. It's a dub. It's a dub. It's a dub for us. Like, let me just take this little quick nap. I'll wake up and be all right. Next matchup though.
Yes, honestly, that's how I know. Oh yeah, he did the SAG strike over. Oh yeah, he gone.
Right.
He gone.
Right, his motherfucker ain't never coming back.
Right to the roster.
Ever.
The roster was like, yeah, dead.
Right.
Like,
dropping Monday.
Did you see what he posted on his IG?
Mm-mm.
That's all. He said the end.
The end.
The end.
That ass got whooped.
Right.
He had the Looney Tune. That's all, folks.
Next matchup, honestly, I think was the matchup of the night. I ain't even paying y'all motherfuckers any attention because you know my feelings is hurt.
Dude whipped out of them jorts.
Sure, we all got that match wrong. All of us. Solo represented. He not only beat Cena's ass, he beat our ass because we all picked Cena.
Except for Batty.
Except for Batty. We all picked Cena. The only one that had common sense. We all sit up there with that little black boy in the little gif. That was us.
Yes!
Yeah. Nope.
That was me.
It's 2020.
That was me. That was me.
Nah, we were the black boy that was bouncing that ball, and Solo was the $1 million man.
He kicked the shit out that ball from us. He kicked the shit out that.
Solo was Rafiki tossing Simba off Pride Rock. Yeah, fuck this.
All right, y'all.
Yeet. That's what he did to Cena's soul. Yeet.
That's enough. I'm about to mute y'all niggas.
Your boys with the damn Raw.
Wait. Look at this, Reggie.
Reggie.
Now look at the next response.
That's what Solo said. That's what he said to Cena too. Or Umaga. Fuck you, nigga.
And here's the bullshit.
That wasn't Solo. That was Umaga.
Right.
Umaga came back for one night only and beat that ass.
And then here's the bullshit about it. We all sitting there, there's going to be like 8 Umaga references. It was 2. For the whole fucking match. 2. Like, Cena fuck. I mean, Solo fucked us all the way over. Not enough Mongo references. Killed fucking Cena. Yo, fucking Samoans. God damn it, I hate their ass. I hate their asses. I hate Samoans. God damn it.
Yeah, I ain't saying that I want niggas coming for me.
I like Roman.
I want Haku, but none of them coming for me.
Listen, I live in New York, brother. It's too cold for them motherfuckers to come over here right now. I ain't worried about that shit. I ain't gonna say that during the summer, but it's the winter. They ain't coming over. It's the winter. They ain't coming over.
Hey, better watch out. He a 49ers fan. One of them just gonna be like, yo, my cousin play on the team.
Listen, half of the four, you know what? You're absolutely right. I love Samoans.
You know what I'm saying? Like, half of the bloodline is 49er fans.
Right. You're absolutely right. I love Samoans. All right. Next matchup. I personally thought was the match of the night. We have a new United States champion, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Logan Paul has defeated Rey Mysterio. And folks, I don't care what anyone says, man. Logan Paul is a goddamn wrestler. Logan Paul is a goddamn wrestler. And another thing, people might not like me saying this. He deserved that belt right now. He deserved it. It really does. It makes absolutely perfect sense. Like, why would they sign him to this deal to not have him win a goddamn title?
Right.
That's number one. Like, he's not on some, we have a celebrity that's going to come once in maybe once a year or maybe twice a year and be no, this dude is signed to a damn contract. Like, he is a professional wrestler on the active WWE roster. And let's be realistic, he probably is the most popular person other than Roman Reigns on that goddamn roster. And it has nothing to do with
especially.
And it has nothing to do with wrestling. It has everything to do with just who the hell he is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only, like Max said, it only makes sense that he does have a goddamn belt. And this kid has actually been nice in the ring.
Like, he's proved himself. And if Escobar didn't beat Ray for that title, and like, who else was gonna beat Ray for that title? If it wasn't going to be someone like a Logan Paul, like him winning it the way he did, that was perfect. He went off the brass knucks. And Ray's like, hey, you know what you did? You know what you did? Oh, no, I love you too, man. Thank you for everything you did.
Right. Logan hit him with the, I got you, my nigga,
Hey. I see you when I see you. You're like, you know what you did? I ain't do nothing.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's exactly what Logan hit him with, pretty much. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Hey, the referee counted 3. I am the champion.
And you know what? He deserves it. And I've seen a lot of people making a lot of noise about a particular spot that happened where Ray was doing the backflip off the rope, and it looks like Logan caught him, and people were like, "Oh my God, Logan saved him from breaking his neck." I'm a wrestling fan, and I watched wrestling for decades. Literally, I can literally say I've been watching wrestling for decades, almost 2 scores. Almost 2 scores. You know, if you don't know what a score is, go back to school. Okay. Logan didn't save Ray. That was a planned goddamn spot. Okay. Logan was supposed to catch Ray. That's what was supposed to happen. Because even if you slow it down and you look and like, oh, Ray was gonna break his neck. Ray's hands were down. So if anything, Ray was going to land on his damn hands. He might have hurt his wrist,
Right.
but he wasn't going to break his goddamn neck, folks. Yes, Logan is a very, very, very good wrestler. I'm not going to call him a celebrity who tries to wrestle. I'm going to just straight him down call him a wrestler because he has proven in the ring that he's a goddamn wrestler. He deserves the belt. It's perfect, and it doesn't hurt any of the quote-unquote lineage of that United States title within WWE. Because you know why, folks? It's technically not a WWE belt.
Right.
Yep.
It's technically not a WWE belt. So they can have who, when, whatever person hold it. Which is why you won't see that shit happening with the IC title.
Yep.
Not to know Gunther.
You will not see that shit happening with the IC title. But you will see that shit with the US title because it doesn't belong. It's something. The US title is a belt that was carried over from them acquiring WCW.
Yep.
So it means nothing. The same way the big gold belt kind of meant nothing to them. Which is why everybody named Mama had the big gold belt at one point. which is why they gave that shit to Ray. They're like, yeah, little man, you ain't big enough to get our belt, but we'll give you this one.
That's basically it became the secondary title. It's like, let's see if you're WWE title material and give you the world title.
Right. What you call it? Yes, Reggie, and I didn't want to think of myself that goddamn old, but yeah, Reggie, I didn't want to think of it that way, but yeah, damn you, Reggie, damn you, Reginald, damn you, Reginald, damn you, Scripps, damn you, Scripps, for bringing that up. All right, that's how I feel right now, Reggie. Shit the hell to you, buddy. Next matchup. Another good matchup, and this is the matchup that Matt was talking about. Every black woman in America was mad about.
Yes, another tearjerker.
Bianca Belair versus Io Sky, and Io Sky won. But not only did she win, she had the homie Kyrie come in, and they jumped Bianca ass.
You know how
They
mad,
jumped.
you know how mad Deirdre was when I told her Bianca didn't win. She's like, that's how she wanted to know. Did Bianca win? No. What?
First of all, Keisha was out all day and came in right at the end of the match.
Oh.
And the bullshit about it is, as you all know, if you don't know by now, folks, my wife's favorite wrestler is Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, I can honestly single-handedly say got my wife back into wrestling. Of course, every person when they're little watches wrestling, like when they're young and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as an adult, Bianca Belair is the person who got my wife back into wrestling, which makes it cool. So now she doesn't want me to turn when I want to watch it all the time.
Right.
She even keeps up with storylines and shit. And she'll be telling me what you call it. Wednesday night I was taking a shit. She was like, Daniel Garcia's in here fighting. I'm like, okay. Like she keeps up with it now, so I love it. All right, it's a great thing. I was taking a shit and I was like, what's the matter? Daniel Garcia is doing that stupid dance again. All right, no problem. So Bianca didn't just get her ass whipped. Kyrie decided to drop all 87 pounds of her body onto Bianca's chest with that elbow.
Man, that elbow. I forgot how deadly that elbow is.
A sharp ass elbow.
Right.
Yo, that's exactly what it is. Kyrie only weighs 8 ounces soaking wet with 4 bricks in her pocket. So picture her elbow looks like this. It is this sharp. Okay? Her elbow looks like a greater than or less than sign. And that's how sharp it is. Okay.
Man. Yeah, Samoa Joe showed up, did that hate crime on Keith Lee, and then dropped the belt off and said, I'm done.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that in 1 second. I'm gonna get into that in 1 second too. So Kyrie decides to jump off the top rope and put everything that if you have never seen the insane elbow from the Pirate, Kyrie saying, go just YouTube it. Her elbow is ridiculous.
I can't wait to see what she's calling herself because Michael Cole was like, that's the Pirate. I'm like, man, that ain't no damn pirate. That's a damn assassin.
Right.
Like, she's scary as hell.
That's exactly what it is. A goddamn assassin. And after the match, so Io retains. Kyrie helps Io. Those two are hugging in the middle of the ring. Yeah, it gotta hurt. It gotta hurt. Gotta hurt.
I know.
Gotta hurt.
Shoot, Bianca was knocked out and Bayley was looking scared as hell because she's like, oh, I thought I got rid of you. And you hugging her?
Exactly. The last time that Io was seen on WWE television, Bayley beat that ass to the point where she was gone the next week.
Right.
Kyrie went back to Japan the next week.
Someone put it up on Twitter, and Bayley. That shows you how long ago it was. It was during the pandemic, during the Thunderdome. It was I guess it was the Raw Women's title match, and it was Asuka versus Sasha. Yeah, it was that long ago.
Oh God.
Bayley was jumping Kyrie backstage. Asuka ran to go save her. Got counted out. Sasha won the title. That's when we had that when they were both had the women's championships. They basically carried the pandemic because Bayley tore her ACL or something right after that. I'm like, damn. God.
Thunderdome was a good Thunderdome was a good time for your boy. I was a regular on the Thunderdome screen.
You sure was.
I was a regular on the Thunderdome screen. You're at least twice a month.
You mean to tell me they about to build a demonic Asian persuasion team?
Apparently that was in Lucha Underground. That was their stable in Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
and they had Saray. Everybody thought Saray was going to come back too. But Saray ended up going to some company called Sukiban.
Yeah, Saray went to what is looking like ROH, TNA, and New Japan all mixed into one.
Oh God!
So
that's what
Io and Kyrie.
It is a chance. There's a chance.
God. Yeah, that is terrifying.
So we were gonna have Saray.
Not Nissan sedan, fool.
Sukiban, not Suzuki, not Nissan. Sukiban. Yeah, she went to Sukiban.
Terrible.
Everybody was like, "Oh, Saray gonna come back to WWE?" Psych. She said, "I'm going to Sukiban." Fuck that.
Here's the thing.
Oh, Suki now.
Right, that's where she went. Shucky Ducky. That's where she went. She went to Shucky Ducky. But
Suki. Suki.
my thing was this, like I said in the chat, Saray coming back to WWE, and because she would have been in NXT. She wouldn't have went to the main roster.
She left, and the whole reason she left is she didn't like what she was doing in NXT. She thought it was stupid. I liked Sailor Moon because that's what I always called her because she would transform like Sailor Moon.
Here's the thing. My whole thing was this. Like I told y'all in the chat. There is no female on the NXT roster that would have been able to take that fucking drop kick to the face.
Yeah. Hell no.
Do you remember what she did to Aaliyah? We thought Aaliyah's head. Saray.
Oh yeah, I know she destroyed her.
We thought Aaliyah's head was literally in the damn roll because we didn't see it for about a good 5 seconds after that kick.
Like they had like, everything. Like, I hate how like that kind of just turned her off for everything because that was really HBK trying to
figure out what the hell he had.
Yeah, and that kind of just that left a bad taste in her mouth because I'm pretty sure now he could probably figure out what he wants to do with her.
Here's the thing. I'm glad you said that, Julia. Yeah. Julia. That's the thing. Saray said no. WWE said fine. We'll bring in Julia. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Julia.
Yeah.
And it's looking like when she gets here, she's going to be pushed as the next Oscar. So, which means it don't look like they plan on making this girl lose when she comes. She about to win it up. Let's get through these last two matches, which are real simple and real easy. NWO lost because Cody Rhodes beat Damian Priest's ass.
This Cody,
right?
And he had already lost his briefcase, so that definitely told us what was about to happen.
And last but mm-hmm. Well, he could have. You're absolutely right. And last but not least, NWO finally got points for the night with Roman Reigns defeating LA Knight. Yeah.
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 I was already at the grocery store at that point, but yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you, folks. This match was boring as shit.
Yeah, it low-key was. It wasn't. It was the typical Roman Reigns. Like, we knew LA Knight wasn't going to win. It was like, all right, how is Roman going to win? And then when you saw how he won, you're like, oh, okay.
Like, it had no oomph behind it. Like,
right.
even though we knew he was going to beat main event Jay, the match still had oomph behind it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's been a couple of matches where we knew Roman was actually going to win, but they still had some spark behind it or whatever. This had none of it during the match. It was boring. It was boring. And Mongo made a post in the chat, and it said, "What wrestler is everyone loving that you just don't get?"
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And of course,
comment when he won, but I saw y'all comment, and I was like, I don't know.
I caught a lot of heat for mine.
Yeah, I saw yours. And I was like, oh, I know that's gonna get him. You said LA Knight.
Right. I'm gonna be honest with you, folks. Like, everybody loves LA Knight. I don't get me wrong. I say the catchphrase. The catchphrase is catchy as shit. Yeah. That's catchy.
Yeah,
in the ring,
SmackDown.
In the ring, he bores me. After a while, hearing him talk, it's like, okay, bro, you're like trying to do a Stone Cold and a Rock thing mixed together. Shit, even Roman called him a redneck version of his cousin.
Yeah. That's what was trending going into Crown Jewel.
Low-key hate seeing. I despise Liv wrestling, okay? So you don't have to feel alone with that. I think Liv is probably my problem with Liv is she reminds me of the Family Guy episode where Peter's about to get beat up on the bus and he was like, I have no bones. Like, Liv, every match Liv looks like she's snapping a bone or something like that. And I can't deal with it. So you ain't alone in that. It ain't got to be low key. You can be a hater like me. It could be.
I feel like that's probably how people probably felt watching Alexa wrestle, and that's probably how I would probably feel now if she tried to wrestle. Because I'd be like, yeah, you're not there no more. I don't care about you anymore.
Whoa. Now that one I can't agree with. Matt, Mike, y'all want to look at this?
I saw FTR.
Whoa, I can't agree.
Everybody got their opinion. I ain't gonna say she. Like,
I can't agree with that mainly because I like their style of wrestling. It's a throwback to old school. We're gonna do hard, stiff moves in the ring, and you're gonna know, yeah, this is fake, but we making you motherfuckers feel it. That is fake.
Hey, my man pulled out the Glock. He's forever good in my book.
Oh yeah, that is true. Right. That's my dude.
Right.
Pulled out the Glock. Y'all cut him off in traffic. He came
in Florida and see what happens. All right. But going back to LA Knight, like I said, first off, it took me a minute to even jump on board. Y'all knew that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both.
Y'all were all like, nah, you seen him in TNA, he's some of his best stuff. I was like, I don't give a shit.
Oh no, I was on that train too. I wasn't a big fan of his. I didn't care for him.
I was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
What was it? Eli Drake, right? That's his name in TNA. Eli Drake.
I called him like ass.
Justin and Mongo really liked him. They were the first two on board because he was in NWA before he had even came over to NXT or anything. Then when he came over to NXT, they were already liking him. And I liked him in NXT, and then he showed up as Max Dupree, and I was just like, what? Oh, well. I guess that's over. Because I loved his feud in NXT with Cameron Grimes for the $1 million belt. Oh, yeah, that was a good-ass feud.
That was fun.
That was a good feud. But Max Dupree
it was a good feud. It was a good feud, but it was mainly won to me by Cameron Grimes. But like you said, Max Dupree was definitely booty. 500%.
When he became LA Knight, I was just kind of like, okay. Like,
it took
all
me.
Right, like you LA Knight.
Oh no, baby.
Start being like, it took me to hear him say yeah and see how everybody else reacted to me. Be like, okay, I can get with that. So when I went to SmackDown, everybody be like, LA Knight, yeah.
Damn right.
I like that.
Damn right, player haters ball. As I sit in my bed that I'm sure someone in the ghost world has spit in, you goddamn right, I'm a hater.
Yeah. I like LA Knight. I'm just waiting to see. At this point, it's not that I don't get it. I'm just waiting on them to pull the trigger. What is going to be the title? When is he going to win a title? Is he another person? Rumble? Is he going to be like what is the end? Like what is going to happen with him? I understand he's popular and all that, but at some point you got to put a belt. There has to be a reason for this popularity. You have to he has to pay off. I'm waiting on the payoff. Like, all right, I knew he wasn't beating Roman, so when is he going to have something of significance with
another person that people love? That I'm just like, yeah, it's whatever. If they're there, they're there. If they're not, they're not. Oh, Cody Rhodes.
Cody has to finish the story.
I don't give a fuck if he finishes. I don't give a fuck if he finishes it, rewrites it, finds a new one, gets something else. I don't care for Cody Rhodes.
See, Reggie said, he said it on that post. I think it was Reggie that said that once he wins the belt, people are going to turn on him. And everyone has said it.
Hold on. I got called a hater because of got called a hater because of Cody Rhodes, okay? Because I said I don't like Cody Rhodes. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask. No, this is for Batty.
Oh,
this is for Batty. Since I'm a goddamn hater, name one Cody Rhodes match where you're like, yo, this match was the greatest. Please name one. And don't say the one that he just had with Seth with the ripped titty, because that match was slowed the fuck down. Because that match was slow. Because that match was slowed the fuck down because he had a ripped titty.
Damn. Then I gotta go to AEW.
Cody Rhodes is mediocre in the fucking ring. That disaster kick is whack, 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 whack. 85% of his moves, honestly, are throwbacks to fucking Goldust, and he wants us to fucking love them. Kiss my ass.
I like Cody. Now, some people say they don't. Whoever it was on that post that said, once he finishes this story and he has that belt around his waist and over his shoulder or whatever, and he's sitting up there crying, that's when it's going. We're going to be like, all right, story over when he loses.
Not even that. Once he wins that belt, you know what every wrestling fan is going to say? Oh, you know he was going to win it. That's Dusty's son.
All I'm going to say is the story is finally finished. Because as far as I'm concerned, for fantasy reasons, that's what everybody is waiting for it to be done and over with. I am waiting for it. Every year, for the past, 3 years, I have said we are in the end game when we get to WrestleMania. And who wins? Roman. We're in the end game. Roman wins. Ha, ha, ha. We're in the end game. Roman wins. Ha, ha, ha.
It ain't happening this year.
One of these years, we are literally going to be in the end game. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And it ain't
NWO
pinning that dude. That was just the teaser when they pinned him. That was the appetizer. When he gets pinned and we finally don't have the tribal chief as our champion anymore, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be a sad moment. But I'm just waiting on it because that is gonna be to rip the band-aid off, get this shit over with.
It's gonna be. Yeah, the title reign is gonna be fucking boring as shit. Because you know why, yo? Cody talks like a politician on the mic. Now, Cody talks like a politician. And him with the belt is gonna be dull. There are certain people that are better at chasing the title than actually having the title. Mox was one of them. Cody is definitely one of them.
Cody is, unfortunately,
the new Super Cena.
He was having this problem in AEW. He has the same problem as Randy Orton. Yeah, he's cool. Like, Cody is very, very lovable as a face. He's great, apple pie, all-American. But when he comes out in his wrestling gear, who does he really look like? And we all know who he is compared to. He's Homelander.
Right.
He's Homelander. When he comes out, honestly, if you want to put it in the DC universe, because he did it when he was on AEW, when he came back from the dead, after Brody Lee destroyed him, R.I.P. Brody. Man, he is straight up Lex Luthor, just with hair. He is an evil tycoon. He is the quintessential comic book villain, especially in the DC universe. He looks like an obnoxious prick. He's the rich boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's that dude that always shows up in every movie and I always forget his freaking name, but he's in Walking Tall. He's that dude. The bad guy in Walking Tall. He's that guy. Like, oh, you see him, oh, this smoke. That's Cody. And they be like, this is the evil dude. You see him like,
At this point, yeah. At this point, I'm 100% with you.
Man, but in Philly, that is the greatest entrance of all time.
Living in America.
Because of what happened afterwards. So if they want to go ahead and do that, and Roman just, oh my God! Oh yes.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Have Cody Ashley on the mat shaking like Apollo.
In 6 seconds, or even yet. Oh, I'm saying right now because I'm gonna speak it into the universe. Go ahead, go right ahead, and let this man finish his story at WrestleMania
with his own death.
Huh?
With his own death.
Oh, he gonna die. It's gonna be he gonna finish his story, and his story ends because Damian Priest is gonna cash in on him.
Cash in on his ass. Yep. Damian Priest gonna cash in on his ass.
Cody has finished the story. Shut up, bitch.
And that's how we get WrestleMania. And that kills SmackDown's dream. Winner, NWO, bitches.
And then Damian loses it the next Monday, but we done already dropped his ass. We done already dropped his ass.
We already be over.
That would be so evil.
No, they have no plans, they said, to go back to Puerto Rico anytime soon for some reason.
They making these people bid now. They making all these cities bid for these shows. That's why we got Elimination Chamber in Australia. Then we gonna have WrestleMania over here. But then they're gonna probably be ready to bounce. They're gonna be bouncing somewhere else. Or probably by that time it's gonna be time for the next Saudi event.
Oh God.
It's gonna get to the point, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna get to the point where, except for Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, every other PLE is gonna be out the country.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
It's going to get to the point where now only the main four are going to be in the States, and those prices are going to be ridiculous because you're no longer going to be able to get the Elimination Chamber here in the US. You're not going to be able to get No Mercy or whatever the fuck they want to call it, whatever pay-per-view they have. You're only going to get WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. But
they're gonna eventually do it. Like some of the podcasts I'm listening to, they think like 2024 and beyond, since the merger is still fresh, they think like basically.
Listen, there's always a UFC.
I would say they're gonna probably start trying to do stuff like that.
There's always a UFC event either the week before or the week after SummerSlam. That's been going on for a couple of years. Now they don't have to do it afterwards because they don't have to compete with the numbers. Now they can do it the same goddamn weekend. And like Matt said, WWE now is doing shit on Saturdays. They can definitely switch back to doing it on Sundays and let UFC have Saturdays.
And they're low key testing it with the Saudis because even pre-merger they both had deals with them. Now they're merged. When they had their little events, that's like their religious season. That's Ritter season and all that stuff over there. Whatever they little propaganda they want to push to make us think they good people over there. Hats off to y'all. We know what y'all did. But some people was talking about we're having UFC on this weekend. They be having what they had. They had France. They had the Ngannou Tyson Fury match. Then they had Jewel. Like. That's low key having UFC and WWE almost in the same weekend. They gonna put that stuff out over there first before they try and pull it over here.
Speaking of that, in case you didn't know, Tyson, even though it was a fucking robbery, Tyson Fury got his ass whooped.
Tyson Fury lost.
Okay. He got his ass whooped. First of all, Tyson Fury caught a Superman punch in the middle of a boxing match. Okay, folks. but yet he won.
And for
Yeah.
WrestleMania, this WrestleMania weekend, they are in talks right now. They're having discussions because they're trying to figure it out on what they want to do for this week, for that WrestleMania weekend. They're talking about having NXT stand and deliver Thursday night, SmackDown Friday, Hall of Fame Friday, WrestleMania night 1, WrestleMania night 2, SmackDown, and then Raw. It all depends. It's like, because they got to figure out, they're trying to figure out what they want to kick off the weekend. So you want NXT to start it off on Thursday night, or you want
Might as well.
Might as well.
Might as well give NXT its own night.
Right. Might as well. Might as well.
Instead of having them wrestle at 1:00 on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, so right now they're talking about it might be Wells Fargo for that. Then I guess SmackDown had the same venue. Hall of Fame be the same place, and Lincoln Financial Field.
Mm-hmm.
Cold ass Philadelphia, because it's gonna be.
They better hope it don't be a snowy mania.
Shit.
Hey, they threw snowballs at Santa Claus. What the hell did they gonna do to?
Throw them shits at Roman's ass.
They gonna throw glass fucking bottles. Okay, plain and simple. Glass fucking bottle. Well, folks, it's come to the point in time in the show where it's time for us to actually go.
Yeah.
We've given y'all over 2 hours. Yeah. We've given y'all over 2 hours of exciting wrestling news. Thank you for joining us. Once again, folks, the Under the Ring podcast airs every week at 8:45-ish. Heavy on that part.
Today, but we had ish to do.
Right. I'll keep it a whole 100. My ass was at work. I had to get home. Plain and simple. I love y'all, but guess what? This ain't paying the bill yet. Start sponsoring us, and this will start paying bills, and my ass would be super on time. Hell, I'll start the show early without these niggas. If y'all start paying.
You gotta come and pay wrong.
We better not be paying 50 a pay-per-view again. I'll be damn bad.
I don't think so.
But folks, don't forget. Right. Don't forget, folks, follow us at Facebook.com/Under the Ring Pod and Twitch.tv/Under the Ring Pod. We did not say that. Just to let y'all know. Like I said, 8:39-ish. If you follow the page, you won't ever have to worry about when we are showing up. Don't forget, you can also follow us at Linktree/Under the Ring Pod. There you'll find the beautiful Greg Bush SK, the gorgeous Rock Ribs 44, the handsome and luxurious Mr. Fresh Beard, the outstanding and exquisite The Right Answer. It's punk ass bitch champion Boreal Mali.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's why I'm the forever IC champion. There will always be champion.
When is the next fucking pay-per-view?
Folks, listen, we talk a lot of shit to each other and stuff like that. Just to let you know, Tito Boreal Maliente, listen, this man we call him the street team captain for a reason. This man is forever out there hustling the name, hustling the brand UTR. Anywhere you see him, you will see some type of UTR apparel, logo, or whatever. Tito, we hate you as champion, but we love you as part of the group, brother. Right. And of course, our correspondent, Mr. Justin D. Baxley. Folks, please follow our boy Justin D. Baxley. He is releasing a project which is very near and dear to his heart. There are a couple of people who are watching the show who may benefit from his project. It's a space where you are able to connect with others who have gone through a very unfortunate, tragic accident with probably a family member or things of that nature. And it's almost like, I don't want to say a support group, but check out Justin's page. here it has everything and all the details about it. It's something that we here at UT are highly back. So definitely check it out. Definitely check it out.
And also, happy belated birthday to Justin.
Yes, Just Zilla.
Yeah, Just
Otis.
Just Zilla, our boy Otis. His birthday was actually yesterday.
Yes.
Just Zilla's birthday was actually yesterday. So, folks, once again, as always, we thank you for joining us. You know what it is, and you know who we are. It's about that time. See y'all next week. Hey, a do the da, a do the da, a do the da, a do the da.
Break time, man. Hey, break time, man. Hey, break time.
See y'all, folks. Have a good one.